Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage.
Bond. James Bond. Sounds way better than Fleming. Tony Fleming. Anyway, 01 BMW Z8 Roadster. Wow! Let me just tell you, so far ahead of its time, not only in engineering, but in styling. This is one of those cars that's going to continue to weather the styling storm, and I guarantee you, I probably shouldn't guarantee you because I can't, but let me say this, the future of this car looks so bright, as in going up in value, a lot like the GT40s and things like that, because they only built them for a selected few years. They only built them in small batches, and when you find one in this condition, for instance, like a one owner, 16,000 original mile car with documentation, paperwork, service history, loved, pampered, on a battery tender and a car cover, it is like feeling the bottom of a baby's tuchus. It is so, so beautiful. Anyway, as you walk around, just so reminiscent of the 50s vintage BMW 507s, 60s, whatever, they're right in that era there, and how it carried on into the 2002s, model numbers, not the year, the BMW 2002s. Just little great features about it. Long front end, short tail. You know, these of, whether it's a Ferrari, the Corvettes, it's just this look that just says, you know, I'm ready to roll. Engine transmission combination is spectacular, but what is most impressive to me when I drive this car is the chassis. The chassis is rock solid, rattle free. It is such a piece of machinery. You're so connected to it. It is fast, it sounds great. And whoa. Anyway, all right, so come on up. Let's talk about factory paint. And actually, BMW did a nice job here. And here's how you can see the difference between like a factory paint job, which is nicer than most factory paint jobs, and show car paint. Normally, show car paint, you'd be able to read that crystal clear. There'd be nothing at all. This is spectacular. Really nice factory paint, which is good. And the reason why you want this like this is because you're going to drive this car. And show car paint can't stand a stone chip, where something like this could. The wraparound headlights, just the grille, the driving lights. It was so far ahead of its time. Look at this. These are LED tubes. LED tubes that light up inside there. Huge wheels and tires, huge brakes, and just a slight bit of chrome, like this piece here, this great mirror in chrome, just a little bit of thin door handle right there. And when these doors open, man, I don't know what they're actually hung on, but they are just like, listen, I mean, I don't know if it even weighs anything. There's so much aluminum in this car, and it's just, I don't know, I get so excited about it because it's such a rigid, solid car when you drive down the road. It just feels so connected. It's spectacular, spectacular. I'm not a huge BMW person, and not that I don't like them, I just don't know enough about them, and they're just not always my brand. This car here definitely makes it my brand. All right, come around the back here for a second, because the styling back here is equally impressive. The great thing about it is, it's the good and bad. This is a lot like a Ferrari, but it's not so much in your face. Here you have exotic performance, exotic build numbers, meaning very few build numbers, and great style and looks as well, and just nobody knows what it is. This is cool. So there's LED tubes back here again. You got the big exhaust. Everything is tucked away inside here. Reverse lights, there's only one reverse light. Don't let anybody tell you that there's two back here. But these cars only have one reverse light, which is kind of cool to see that. There's only a couple other cars in the world that do just one reverse light. Okay? All right, let's take a peek under the hood, and you can see this power plant and see what BMW has done here. Okay, we're talking about 5-liter M-Power. 5-liter V8 rated at 400 horsepower. They rate these 400 horsepower at the rear wheels. So add 15% to that and you're getting closer to 500 horsepower. All aluminum block, aluminum heads. But clearly this car, what we should be looking for is, we already know this is an exotic car. We already know it's a great car, but this one in particular is what we should be looking at, deciding whether this is the car for you. And why I say that is, come on up here and you'll see. Are all the decals and stickers still on here? Meaning, if the car was in an accident, parts where the VIN number would be gone, okay? And things like this, all these original decals, which you can't buy anymore, are still in place. For instance, here's a serial number again on another piece right here. And just how clean everything is. You can say, well, of course, Tone, it's clean. You could detail it and stuff like that. Yeah, but if you're not doing that on a regular basis, you can never get it this clean. We detail cars all the time, and people that haven't detailed their engines for 5 or 8 or 9 years, you can't get them this clean. This one here has been loved and pampered, and like I said before, you know, it's been in a climate-controlled place, and this is the kind of car that you'd want to buy this way. Listen to this way fit and finish and sounds that this thing makes. All right, let's check out the inside. All right, so let me come on in here. Okay. This dash, I have to tell you, man, you know, the Germans are not known for huge style. They really are not. They like their mechanical, austere, you know, industrial kind of look on things. Whoever is involved in this did a great job. I mean, the binnacle for where the gauges are held is spectacular. Talking about 160 mile an hour speedometer, 8,000 RPM tach, full complement of gauges here, and this beautiful console, all wrapped in leather with some really nice touches. Like I'm thinking about taking up smoking, and I have an ashtray on this side and this side, so I can double smoke while I drive with the stick shift, while I play with the navigation, the sound system, temperatures, all that stuff. Fabulous, I can do it all. Got more storage in here, and it has the factory phone. Back in the day when the BMW, when the StarTAC, the Motorola StarTAC was the bomb, okay? This has an iPod hookup as well. An upgrade. Then you have these storage compartments in the side. All right, and the way the unlock the car, you can unlock it here or you pull the door handles twice. All right, so here's another feature for you. Most cars have 2 power window switches over here. This car here only has 1, and people are always looking for the other switch. How do I gotta get the window down? All you do is slide this over, and this does the left side, that's the right side, and that's the left side, okay? That also works the same for the mirrors as well, okay? Got a sport mode here. The sport mode changes the entire character of this car. It is no longer the same vehicle that you left with. Once you do that, it changes how fast the butterflies open under the hood. It changes the suspension settings. All kinds of things happen, and it is a very aggressive animal at that point. And it is fast, and it is louder, and it's pretty exciting to do all that. Anyway, I rambled on enough about this. You can probably see these interiors and things online. I'm sure there's people who have spoken about these cars way better than I have. I just happen to get really excited about it because, again, I'm not a huge BMW guy. This totally converted me. This thing is amazing. This is one of those cars that looks just as good the top up as the top down. It's just fabulous. And the cool thing about it is it's so fast, too. Like, you get out of work, boom, you pop it, this gets pulled down, it's got a little handle right here, and then you just finish latching it all the way. But anyway, I just wanted you to see, it's just great looking. And that's why Rolls-Royce continues to make the cloth tops while everybody's making these folding hardtops. The folding hardtop is nice, but nothing looks like this. And that's fast. Okay, let's check out the trunk too, because what we have here is actually a little bit of storage. And I always like this. I always like the fact when I see this in a car, you say, well, what's the big deal? Anybody can buy a car cover. Yeah, you're right, anybody can buy a car cover, but the guy who had this car, who's giving it to you, and you're getting ready to now take it to the next level, gave you a car cover because he loved the car so much, he bought the car cover, for the same reason you would have. But look at the size of the trunk. You could throw a bunch of soft bags in there, go away for a weekend. Your wife, husband, whoever decides to buy this car is going to love this car because they can drive it too. And you can go away and have a good time. And again, we're talking about the style back here. It's just really, really good. Just beautiful. You know, in closing up the video of this car is $128,000 in 2001. You know, we're doing this video in 2013. That's like $150 right now. Probably on its way to, you know, $200,000 eventually in the exchange dollar rate. That's why these are such a great buy, and they're exclusive, and they're great looking, and they drive well, and from the black Nappa leather to the Harmon Kardon sound system, and just everything. You get some luxury, style, and speed, just amazing. Anyway, if you can find a way to get a really cool Z8 Roadster in your life, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it.